for doping irregularities, and we'll talk a little bit about that during the race as well. There are outsiders to look for, but away we go. The charge out of the stadium, always important, Magna.
Yes, and we'll can see the Finnish team are going very fast, and also Anita Moon from Norway, who normally are very fast at the first lap. And it will be interesting to see how it is with skis and wax when they are coming up to the first uphill.
Anita Moon, easy spirits in the same way that Pairs Gold lifted the Swedish hopes. But here they come through the first 5,000 meters, and the exchange racers are out on the track. They come down to the bottom of the horseshoe. And Moon in trouble again.
Yes.
And at least she's almost at the end of this nightmare, because it hasn't been an easy ride, and it's Finland who take the advantage. It's Riikka Savio to Verpi Kutinen. It'll be Anita Moen to Marit Björgen, who's also had a bit of a sore throat. It'll be Andrea Henkel to Viola Bauer, who had the flu as well. So I'm sorry we have to keep talking about all this sickness, but so fit are these young women that they're also so susceptible, Magna, to a sickness.
Yes, and that's every year when we are in the middle of the season, you have a lot of sickness in the teams, and what's not natural is that it's in the best teams this year, like Norway and Italy. They are normally very, very healthy.
So out goes Verpi Kutinen, and Anita Moen. Well, we have a little saying amongst our television commentators: we like to see the racers flat out. It confirms that they've given 100%. I don't think that was ever in doubt in Anita Moen's case.
No, she's really done now.
Beautiful body position, really steady on the upper body.
Yes, you can see that she have a very good grip, and she's looking very good. And 2 seconds now.
We're looking for the Russians and the Saviolova. Russians are wearing 11. Seems extraordinary, that, because for all the time that we've been commentating on the Russians, if you look at their records, of course they didn't compete in Salt Lake City because they were eliminated from starting due to the misdemeanors of Lashutina and Danilova, but world champions in Lahti, and all the way through the 90s, the dominant team.
I think we see the problem for the Russian. They don't have good skis today. A bad kick, and she is losing many seconds to the Norwegians, the Saviolova, who is normally very, very strong. And
she was 36 seconds down, and you can see her going through there, and that's a 10-second loss and a little bit.
Yeah. And the skis was not looking good. She had to go with a quite different technique than she is normally is using, and that's because she has bad grip on this.
Hilda Pedersen, and we'll have plenty of time to talk about Hilda at 38 years young is all I can say about Hilda Pedersen, because she is having the championships of her life here. And round comes Marit Björgen to pat Hilda on the back, and away goes Hilda Pedersen. And this is a very strong racer for Norway to have on that third leg. It's going to be Germany who are going to change over. It looks to be in second place. Germany now with Claudia Kunzel taking on the responsibility for the Olympic champions. Finland are going to be represented by Kaisa Varis in her first race of the World Championships. And Sweden, now it's Jenny Olsen, I think, who's coming up. Jenny Olsen getting ready to take over from Lena Andersson. Jenny Olsen, who's had a really good series of races here.
Yes, and it's looking very good for Jenny, and to have her at the third leg, she have a very good position now to stay and fight for the medals.
Yes, I think this is, again, like Lena Andersson, not quite as young, but 23, absolutely at the beginning of her career. But if you actually look at her results, 5th in the 15-kilometer classic race here, 14th in the pursuit. She was 32nd in the 10-kilometer classic race. But that's that was the only sort of am I getting that right? Yes, that was the only sort of disappointing race. But But it is Claudia Kunzel who's coming round. Evie Sackenbacher standing and waiting to take over from her. Evie Sackenbacher, Olympic gold medalist, silver in the Olympic sprint, with that distinctive red headband, goes away. Not the tidiest of changeovers I've ever seen. And now Kaisa Varis coming in to hand over to Fiemme. And Fiemme, of course, the younger sister of Hannu, who you'll see in action later in the Nordic combined team relay to decide that gold medal. And Skofterud with an awful lot of responsibility on her shoulders. Now, Sackenbacher, who has got a terrific kick. If anybody can close on her, even at 1,500 meters, if she's on their shoulders, you'd be worried. But here, skiing the last leg now for Sweden, it's Anna Dahlberg. Anna Dahlberg, as you can see, at the moment 26 seconds away from a medal. Now, Dahlberg, Skofterud, how much is there between them? Magna, it's a question whether the Swedes can actually get to the Norwegians.
Oh, I think that will be difficult now. Sackenbacher have to go very fast in the beginning so they don't can close up the gap from Finland.
That German flag at the top of the finish straight, and take one of those moments of rejoicing and taking in all the fans and flags.
It's also interesting to see that for Sackenbacher, she can win the sprint race.
11 there, that's Gavriluk getting to grips there with Anna Dahlberg of Sweden. The Russians going past the Swedes and past the Kazakhs, but it's all happening, I'm afraid, a little bit too late, because there's barely, who of course started her family at the beginning of the year. But look at this, yes. Maninen really suddenly puts the gun in, puts the extra gear in, and goes 2, 3, 4, 5 meters away from Skofterud. There's the obligatory flag, and there's an awful lot of clear snow behind Evie Sackenbacher. And the Olympic champions are about to be crowned the world champions. They were 4th in Lahti and 3rd in 1999 in Ramsau. But the German women's team are about to add the gold medal in the championships. Manuela Henkel, Viola Bauer, Claudia Kunzel now hug Evie Sackenbacher, and we're on the fight for second place. Skofterud counter-attacking now, but the angle is foreshortening. Maninen is a good 15 to 20 meters away, and this looks very good. Great kick, 200, 300 meters from home, Magna, and she's made that silver her own.
And I think we will see a good race from Maninen also in the sprint race. That will be interesting.
So Pejo Maninen, Kaisa Varis, Verpi Kutunen and Rika Servio are the silver medalists, with Norway's Anita Moen, Marit Bjørgen, Hilde Pedersen and Vibeke Skofterud taking the bronze. Another success for the Jochen Belle machine.
Yes, they have made a fantastic work in German cross-country skiing. They have very, very good teams. They are training good. They have good boxers. They have good coaches, and they are worth everything now.
And the Russians, well, their problems, Magna, on those two first classic legs. Korostoleva and Zavialova, both of them in trouble, and leaving Burakina and Gavriluk far too much to do.
Yes, they made a mistake with the wax at the two first laps.
Kazakhstan.